Nikola Jokic's season has been nothing short of extraordinary. The Denver Nuggets are sitting comfortably in the first place in the Western Conference, leading the league in offensive efficiency, and Jokic is a god among players according to virtually every advanced analytics metric. He's also the favorite to win the NBA MVP award for the third straight season, a feat that hasn't been accomplished since Larry Bird won it between 1984 and 1986. Yet, despite Denver's impressive record, Jokic was the only Nugget selected to participate in the All-Star game this year. Looking at the other top seeds in both the East and West, Denver is the only team without at least two All-Stars in their roster. The Boston Celtics, for example, are led by their dynamic duo of Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Meanwhile, the hierarchy between Jokic and Denver is less defined than in other contenders. Middleton is Antetokounmpo's trusted number 2 in Milwaukee, while Holiday has played well enough to earn his first All-Star appearance in 10 years. James Harden and Joel Embiid form the NBA's highest-scoring assist-to-score duo, while Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr. have both represented Memphis in the All-Star game. Even the Sacramento Kings have two players in De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis. The only other All-Star teammate Jokic has had in Denver is DeAndre Jordan, who was named a reserve back in 2017. In theory, Nuggets head coach Michael Malone could also be considered an All-Star coach. If the Nuggets finish the season as the number 1 seed in the Western Conference, they would be the first top-seeded team since the 2014 San Antonio Spurs to not have multiple All-Stars. That Spurs team featured a 22-year-old Kawhi Leonard 2 years before his first All-Star appearance, Tim Duncan approaching retirement, and Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker serving as the team's fulcrum. Coach Greg Popovich was also an early innovator of load management, as the aging Spurs stars played reduced minutes during the regular season to preserve their legs for the playoffs. The Nuggets, on the other hand, are a relatively young team that hasn't made a deep playoff run since reaching the Western Conference Finals in 2020. However, their youth could be an advantage, as they have fresh legs compared to the other team stars who have played deep into the postseason in recent years. But none of the other Nuggets starters were even considered for All-Star recognition this year. Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray, and Aaron Gordon were on the fingers of All-Star contention, but ultimately fell short. Each is a specialist in their own right, but none have truly emerged as a second star behind Jokic. This raises the question of whether the Nuggets' lack of All-Star representation is a sign of disrespect from the league, or a reflection of the fact that their specialist players are not as effective as their peers. And if that's the case, can the Nuggets navigate the grueling postseason battles ahead of them with just one superstar? Michael Porter Jr. is a talented scorer, but his one-dimensional role on a deep Nuggets roster limits his impact. Aaron Gordon is an All-Star Saturday veteran who won Dunk of the Year with an incredible jam, but he's yet to make the same impact on winning that other All-Stars do. However, Jokic to Gordon is the fourth most active passer-to-scorer duo in the league. Jamal Murray is the Nuggets' primary ball handler and an All-Star caliber player, but he's struggled to keep up with the Western Conference guards. The defensive efficiency of certain NBA teams could prove to be a double-edged sword come playoff season. While some teams have already demonstrated their prowess in activating an impenetrable defense, others still have room for improvement. It is the middle-of-the-pack defense of the Denver Nuggets that could potentially be their undoing in the postseason, especially if Murray can't keep up with the elite guards in the West. For Denver to succeed, Murray needs to mature into the high-scoring All-Star he's shown glimpses of becoming in the bubble. Jokic's electricity animates the Nuggets, but his teammates need to step up once the playoff lights are on.